What if I told you that paying $1,900 a month for a dorm room could be costing your family over $80,000 in lost wealth? I am Ron Siegel, certified liability advisor, helping families build wealth through strategic debt management. A listener recently shared something with me that got my attention. Her son is attending a college in Washington State, and she's paying $1,900 per month for his dorm room. That's $11,400 per academic year, about $22,800 over 2 semesters in a 12-month period. Now, I started thinking about this the way I think about everything, through the lens of safety, liquidity, and return. So what does $1,900 a month get you? Small dorm room, shared bathroom, meal plan restrictions. But here's what really matters. At the end of the year, 4 years, you've spent over $90,000 and you own nothing. Let me show you a different approach. In the Spokane, Washington market, you can buy a 5-bedroom, 2.5 bath home, call it $465,000 with typical mortgage payment structure. You're looking at about $3,100 per month. Your immediate reaction might be, Ron, that's more expensive than the dorm. But let's look at the whole picture. Remember, this is strategic debt management, not just expense management. With 5 bedrooms, your son lives in one and you rent out the other 4 to his friends at $700 per roommate. That's $2,800 a monthly rental income. You're net out of pocket about $300 per month instead of $1,900. That's a $1,600 monthly cash flow improvement to your household budget. But here's where it gets interesting. Based on historical appreciation rates in that market, a $465,000 home could build approximately $80,000 in equity over 5 years. Meanwhile, 5 years in that dorm would cost you $114,000 with zero equity. I didn't even talk about the major tax advantages that you have, because this becomes a short-term rental and might be subject to Section 179 of the tax code for accelerated depreciation and write-offs against your other income. Talk to your tax professionals about that. I don't give tax advice. So what does this mean for you? You're not just saving money on housing costs, you're building an asset while your child is in school. Now, I can already hear some of you asking, what about when my kid graduates? Fair question. You have options. Sell the property and take the equity. Keep it as a rental investment. Let another family member use it if you have more kids heading to college. The key principle here is what I always say: strategy beats rate always. And I do have a friend that does this. Now, his thing he likes to rent it out to female students. Don't go getting weird on me. Why does he like renting it out to female students? Because he gets the parents to co-sign. Now, if the rent doesn't get paid and he sends out a text message to Papa and says, your little girl's going to get evicted because she didn't pay the rent, what do you think Papa's going to do? He's going to make sure that that rent is paid right away because he's looking out for his little girl. Just throw that out there. Now, if he's got a boy, he might tell him to go figure it out. Not that I am talking about one gender or another. I'm just saying, papas are a little bit more protective of their little girls. As so I'm told, being that I only have boys. This isn't about getting the lowest interest rate on a mortgage. It's about looking at the complete financial picture and asking yourself, what makes the most sense for our household blended interest rate and our long-term wealth building? Is buying a college house right for every family? No. Do you need enough down payment and cash reserves? Absolutely. Does it require property management? Yes. But for families who can handle those requirements, the difference between building equity and burning cash is substantial. Bottom line, if you've got a child heading to college or you know someone who does, this conversation is worth having. Head over to rsrlinks.com/keysteps to make sure your financial house is in order before you buy, and check out rsrlinks.com/buydown. rsrlinks.com/buydown to learn strategies for reducing your monthly payment. Remember, strategy beats rate always. I am Ron Siegel, your certified liability advisor, helping families build wealth through strategic debt management. And that is the Borrow Smart segment, brought to you by GetHomeSelect.com, GetHomeSelect.com.